I've never in my life met someone who lies, almost like lying for fun. Lying things that don't have even benefit to anything. Just lying for the sake of lying. That to me is enough to say I would never do business with this person. For me, that was enough. Am I wrong for not telling the person who approached me to say, bro, the person you are working with, dog, is a dubious character? And am I wrong for not saying that?
I wanted to know, does it feel to have, in a sense, more than one job, like the busyness of having to work constantly? Because you work constantly
every day.
What is that like? And in a broader question, why?
I feel like I got into the space whereby I have accepted that that's what I'm good at. I know that this is what I'm good at. And also I'm not lazy actually in that sense. I can do work like that. Yes. But then for the most part it's because the life that I wish I'd had, socially, it just doesn't seem to be something that would work out for me. So then I choose something that I'm good at and I dedicate myself to it. There is nothing right now that is like for an example, that is for sure for me in relating to having a girlfriend, for an example. There's nothing. And I've tried so many things, and I've got into the position where I feel like I'm compromising so much into the standards that I keep for myself.
I just I was shocked. Can you help me with something? I'm like, oh, sure, I think it's a child probably wants something, help with maths or some shit like that. Auntie, I have a crush on this boy. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm cool. Imagine the thing is, they're both in my dance class. Auntie, I have a crush on this boy and I want to be able to talk to him. I found out he also has a crush on me. But I'm afraid to talk to him and he's also afraid to talk to me. He's like, okay, so how can I help you? Auntie, can you find a way in class for us to work together?
We're good to go, my guy. Let's go to work. I think that's me, buddy. That's my thing. You always said I must have my thing. Let's go to work. Let's go to work is my shit, dog.
That's the thing, man. Might as well keep it.
Might as well go on with let's go to work, ne?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Anthony has already reached the number of goals he had his whole time in United.
Oh, of course. Come on, dog. Come on. I'm not even gonna put that it's English, my man. Let's be honest too. As far as it's United too, but English Premier League, bro, it's tough for that guy, isn't it?
Yeah, no, man, it wasn't suiting his style.
Yeah. Hey, Mario, buddy, there's something I want to talk to. I want to start here, right? So, a friend of mine, right, approaches me, right, with a business deal that she wants me to join into. Okay. Now, buddy, this friend comes to me, basically says, bro, you're the only African that I know. I think this is going to be suitable for you, right? I'm like, cool. She's like, bro, we are friends here with some people, and we own a clinic and a pharmacy, right? A clinic that is connected to the pharmacy, and we own this, right? And we are looking for a partner who's going to come in and join us into the clinic pharmacy thing, right? Now, buddy, me and money, dog. You know me and business. I'm like, come on, dog, right? You know me, right? Now, the problem though about this, the one problem that I had is, bro, I don't know shit. I don't know anything about medicine, right? I don't know anything about medicine. The only things that I know about medicine actually is of course, like I know that pharmaceutical companies, are messing up and they are making medicine expensive. I know that, like, basically between the sellers and the pharmaceutical companies, there's so much there that is happening in terms of exploiting, like, society, right? I only know that. I know that people are making money in that space, right? Cool. Another thing that I know, actually, that I've been checking on now and then is who's I think you will know him, the billionaire, the American billionaire who owns the Mavericks or something, a basketball team. American billionaire.
No.
You know him, actually. He's on the show. What is the show? The show where they bring in people to present their ideas, and then they will buy your business or like join into your business. The Shark Tank. He's in the Shark Tank.
Mark Cuban.
Yes, Mark Cuban. Yes. So the only thing that I've seen also was like Mark Cuban moving into the space of, like, pharmaceutical companies and whatnot. Yeah, because he's saying the space, they've been exploiting human beings like forever, and he wants to make medication like cheaper and affordable. So he just wants to dismantle their business, basically, right? By coming into the space and making medication affordable for the people, because in this space, people have been using, actually, society and abusing their power, because they are the only people who are able to produce certain medications, so they create monopolies around this thing. That's another thing that I know around business in regards to anything that has to do with medicine, right? So when she presents to me this idea of me joining them, the only person that I thought of also is my cousin. Shout out to my cousin. She's a doctor and she's a manager of a hospital in South Africa, right? So that's another person that I thought about, right? That I could talk to give me more information about the hospital, like, medicine rather than the hospital, medicine and clinics and stuff, right? So this friend is proposing to me that, okay, for this amount of money, we are going to give you like between 5 and 10% of our clinic and pharmacy, both, together. It's like the same business, and you're gonna own, depending how much you are willing to pay, how much you are willing to come in with. But we are selling at max shares at 10%, right? But we can take someone who wants 5% or anything in between, but we don't want to find ourselves in a situation whereby now we have so many people that are involved, because people are only affording to buy maybe 2% and 3%. So we thought you are a good person for this, right? And most importantly, because my people are not really like based in Africa, the people that I can ask, I am asking you because you're the person who is an African here that I can talk to and that can afford to actually buy into this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this person is not African. In a sense.
Yeah, in a sense, this person is not. Yeah, this person is not African in a sense, right? But she knows other people in the space, basically, who are African too. Just that she doesn't have another African like that can join them. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So also she basically tries to connect me with a guy that I can talk to also, that I know too about, like, before, that I've seen before, that I've met, that I'm not close to, but I know, right? So she's trying to get me connected to them, so that the guy seems to be the one who know exactly how the business go, and how I can come into the business and what is that, basically what's going on about the business. One thing, when I ask her, so why are you selling the shares, right? Why do you want me to buy in the shares, right? What is the problem? Because as you can imagine, if they want to sell, it's because there is an issue somewhere that they want to address. So what is the problem that I am coming into as a partner to address? And the issue is basically another partner they have is unable to come through with their obligations, like to fulfill, which is not the first thing. By the way, this situation is not the first. That I feel like this has been common now. That's an approach, or I hear things like that, like, we need another partner because it's so. But anyway, this person tells me that another partner is unable to fulfill their financial obligations, and we need someone who's going to come in to take over on this space, and obviously we need to also break even, because right now we are basically just paying employees, and we are unable now to, we are unable to break even with the amount of money that we are spending on the company to make profit. So we need to get to the space. You know, we are new, we don't have many customers. This is what this person says to me. Okay, now, I was really considering this thing, bro. Like, I think that would be interesting. That would be interesting.
I mean,
yeah.
It sounds like a very interesting opportunity, of course.
Yeah, of course. It sounds like a very interesting opportunity. Because as much as I don't know the space, but it sounds like there's something that I would want to put into my portfolio to say, yo, I have this now too in my portfolio. There's something that would be lovely to say with everything that I have, right?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So what's the issue on your side then?
Okay.
What are you saying?
Firstly, the first thing that became an issue. Okay, fine. Bro, I'm from Africa, but I know you guys don't understand, like, you know, Africa, how big it is and stuff, you know? Like, dog, where in Africa are we talking about here? You know? And then this person says specifically, coincidentally somehow, they say Zambia. Right? No, the space in Africa is in Zambia, dog. Now, one question that I have now, why the F would I want to own a pharmacy and a clinic in Zambia? Like, bro, I've never been to Zambia. I don't know people in Zambia. Alright? I've never been there. I don't know people there. Why would I want to own something in Zambia? You know? And they were telling me about others too, other same clinic, pharmacy things that they are moving on to try and open in other spaces too in Africa, like Ghana and stuff like that. And Kenya, and Kenya, if I'm not mistaken. Those are the three countries. But the one that they wanted me to move to was the one in Zambia. But they told me also about the one they have in Ghana and another one apparently in Kenya that they are trying to move into. This is more like something in the pipelines that they are trying to move into. Basically, Mina, I'm going to be like part of the group now, almost. That are trying to do this thing. You know, it's interesting, isn't it? Although I have questions about, bruh, in my stats, I don't even know the field, and I'm starting in Africa, dog. I'm starting in Zambia, the worst of all. I'm not even starting in South Africa, whereby I can know, because South Africa is my country in this, I can know what's going on in the business, and then it's easy for me to say, yo, I'm down. I can go to Zambia because I understand the business. I'm starting in Africa, dog. That was one of my issues. Okay. And then the second biggest issue was then this person tells me now about, I'm asking now about the people that they are working with. And then this person tells me about someone that I know coincidentally, you know, but I didn't know that this person is the person they were referring to. You know, I know this person they're talking about. A dubious character of note. A dubious character. Talk about, that's one I've heard in my life people talking about, like how someone can be a pathological liar. You know, a pathological liar of note. Okay, bro. Now, that's just, for me, that's was a turn off. You know, when I'm introduced that to say, yo, so and so is actually involved in the business. I'm like, so and so, like from where? I know so and so from this place, you know. Like from Africa too is the only other. Wait, bro. So wait. We are Mars the moon to talk. Like yeah, Nuba. I'm like yo, bro. For me, that was a 10 off. I was like never, dog.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Now, now let's discuss the dynamics of this thing.
Okay.
Because you sent me the video of
the place. I sent you the video. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, because now there's a double issue here now. The issue of course, this person you know on a personal basis, you know it's a dubious character.
Yeah.
But from the video that you sent me, it looked like a really good place.
It's actually it is.
Like good function.
No, it is.
Do well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it has real doctors.
Is now your personal opinion of this person affecting your business mindset in terms of how lucrative the opportunity could be?
But JC, bro, come on, dog. As I was thinking about that, you know what the worst part about that? I'm glad that you're asking that question. The worst part about this situation is I didn't tell this friend who's asking me to join into the venture to say, yo, bro, do you even trust that your money is there with this person that you're working with? As far as the problem that you are talking about saying exists in your guys' business, I wouldn't be surprised that this person caused the problem so that you guys will need to pay more money or something like that to cover. Because right now she's saying basically we need to do other things. Then now we end up, being in this thing because someone didn't come through with the finances they were supposed to come through with. And we need another person to come in at least to take on 5% to 10%. I didn't tell them to say, yo, bro, the person that you're talking about, I know. That's a dubious character of note. I would, over my dead body, I would never work with that person. Never. But at the end of the day, for me, this question, I'm glad you're asking this because I thought about it. Like, isn't it that's because this person, by the way, as much as I'm calling them a dubious character, they haven't done any crime or anything like that for me to experience, to see. It's a matter of the amount of time I spent with them, which is a short amount of time. I doubt that it's even more than 2 days. The way they are, the things they say, brother, that person is dubious. That was dubious as F, bro. Like, a liar, dog. Like, I've never in my life met someone who lies almost like lying for fun. Lying things that don't have even benefits to anything. Just lying for the sake of lying. I have never in my life met someone like that who fucking tell lies for no reason, bro. like lies about everything, bro. Like but still lie. That to me is enough to say I would never do business with this person. For me, that was enough for me to say that. That no matter in what circumstances, I am not being in the same business with that person. But then I am not saying, the reason I'm saying this to you, I want you to tell me, am I wrong for not telling the person who approached me to say, bro, the person you are working with, dog, is a dubious character. And am I wrong for not saying that? Because they seem to be friends and they seem to have a good relationship. They seem to be getting each other. Yeah.
I don't think it's your position to say it, especially because you're not the one who introduced them to this relationship that they have. They got into the relationship that they had because of their own whatever
relationship
made them come together. But
true.
when you are just a person on the side that you are trying to be brought into a business, now if you say all these negative things, it's like you have malicious intent on their business or their idea. So I think you need to give her the opportunity to find out for herself. Because you just said you know this person from 2 days. Probably she knows this person from a couple of years.
Actually, she knows this person from a couple of years. Yeah, but that 2 days was enough for me to understand the type of character that we're dealing with here, my man. To be honest with you, I would never be surprised if this whole thing that is being said about like the company and whatnot, that it is not even the situation. That's how dubious that person is, bro. Like, for me, that's where I am. This is not the type of person that I would trust. But anywho, dog, that's me, though. But I get you when you are saying that. But anyway, that's that, dog. What's on your mind, my guy? What did you want to talk about?
No, man. One thing that I wanted to actually ask you, you're coming up with the approach of a relaxed conversation.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, how does it feel to have, in a sense, more than one job? Like the busyness of having to work constantly. Because you work constantly.
Every day. I go to work every day. Yeah.
So, what is that like? And in a broader question, why? I don't understand the idea of money. Of course, you want to make money. That one is definitely, the number one answer. But beyond that, why?
Why do I work every day? Actually, the reason that I work every day is because I feel like I got into the space whereby I have accepted that that's what I'm good at. Like, it's like I'm good at this, and I'm good at this in a sense of just like making money. Like, I am so good at this. I know that this is what I'm good at. And also, I'm not lazy, actually, in that sense. I can do like work like that. Yes. But then for the most part, it's because the life that I wish I'd had, like socially, it just doesn't seem to be something that would work out for me. So then I choose something that I'm good at and I dedicate myself to it. Like to say, while I'm going through the things that I'm going through and I'm unable to get like the social life, like for example, my dating life and stuff like that. Well, if this doesn't work for me, I am going to do what I'm good at. I am just going to stop trying things that, and stop trying to get other people to see my vision the way I see things adding up to, because I've noted that many people think about the now, I'm sorry to say this, but for the most part, I'm referring to women, that I feel like in relationships now, the way it is like people are just thinking about the now. I'm pretty now, so I am going to have this standard now, and they are living in that life of things that would end anyway, and I've struggled with that for myself, because at the end of the day, remember, buddy, I'm a single guy living overseas in a foreign country with no kids, with nothing in terms of my social life, and on top of that, I don't even drink alcohol, which also another thing that's sort of, how it's like to fit in when you are not, like to fit into adulthood, especially if you are not like a drinker. So the only thing I'm able to do is to play football with the guys when I have time, do weights. I mean, you know me, that's just that. But I have so much time to myself, and I don't really have a social life like that. Really, my social life is my work. I feel like this is where I socialize. This is where I have life. My social life is my work, because at work I meet people, I know people, and the people I go out with, people are people that I'm associated with the work. And now having the other jobs, because I work every day. True, you are correct. Every day on Saturday I wake up, go to work every day. Literally, I don't have a day off. For me, but it's because then that became that. Especially the other job that I do, that is more like socially for the most part.
So the idea of the concept of work-life balance, do you believe it's integrated with your work life, or there's no such thing as a work-life balance in your perspective?
I don't care, actually, to be honest with you. I don't care. I don't even think I don't, because yes, I'm glad that you asked. Good question too. I don't care, one, but also on top of that, I think this is one thing that I've started realizing now. It's a mentality thing. The idea that there is a weekend, for an example, like I'm gonna have a weekend. Whoa, bruh, work. Wait. I can chill and not work and have the weekend to myself. It's a mentality thing to think of life with weekends and days off, and this is my work, this is my life. It's a mentality thing. To me, it's the same. And it's something that changed. I mean, you remember what happened to me when I chose not to go home for summer holidays, and I worked the whole summer holidays when other people were not here, right? So, and then when I worked all the summer holidays and not go home, I started thinking of life differently, in the sense that it's a mentality thing to think of life as there's work. There's literally, as I said, I socialize at work. Like, I talk to people, I spend like so much at work. I have relationships at work with people. Like, I made work to be like that for me. Like, it's like a social, I don't even think of it as work anymore, right? I enjoy myself at work. Like, it's like my social life is the thing that I'm doing. The work that I'm doing is my social life, really, And for me to be able to make money the way I am is just a bonus, to be honest, like with you. Because I started asking myself too, remember I was saying to you, what was I doing this whole time when it's the weekend? With the time that I spent so much working, what was I doing on the weekend before? And honestly, every Saturday, my Saturday, we start at 11 a.m. or 12 a.m. during the day. So it wouldn't start, it's 12 p.m. during the day. So my thing, it wouldn't start like in the morning. When it's the weekend, I'll wake up at 11. Even if I woke up at 8 and 9, I'm just in bed doing nothing. Yeah, like literally, there's nothing significant that I don't know what I was doing. I'm only realizing this now. For an example, what is the difference now of something that I used to do every weekend that I'm not doing now, as a result of me working all the weekends now. Because I'm working from 8:30 in the morning on weekends until like 2:30, until 2, 3. That's what I do now on weekends. What is it that what I was doing like before that? Did I exercise today? I did weights today for like a whole hour. Am I shooting a podcast? I am shooting a podcast, and that's what I've been doing. Do I still play football? Literally, I would be playing a football if today we had games, but then somehow the guys, since it's gotten cold or they're playing competition or something that we haven't been playing recently. But during the week, I do go to play. But today, there's nothing that I feel has changed significantly as a result, except that I'm not maybe on social media with like just scrolling, or I'm not watching a movie. Because usually that's what I would do. But at the same time, when I want to go to sleep at night, I usually watch a movie. As I told you yesterday when I was talking to you over the phone, that actually I'd be watching a movie or something like that. And the only biggest difference too is that because I don't have a girlfriend, so as a result, maybe I don't talk to anyone as much. I don't have that time whereby I'm on the phone.
That was going to be my next question, Nuti. Of course, not having a partner has an influence in how you are living your life currently. Because if you had a partner, do you think it would be different?
Of course, if I had a girlfriend, my life would be different. It wouldn't be like this, And to be honest with you, I wish that was the situation. That's you know me, man. I wish this was a situation that maybe I had like a social life, I have a girlfriend, and there is a future in that sense, like in terms of like dating life. But there isn't. I don't have one, and it's something that I had to, I just accepted that. There is nothing right now that is like for an example, that is for sure for me in relating to having a girlfriend, for an example. There's nothing. And I've tried so many things, and I've gotten to the position where I feel like I'm compromising so much into the standards that I keep for myself. Because let's not get it twisted. I have a lot of money. Let's not get it twisted. I have a lot of money. I have a lot of things. Let's not get it twisted. But then I don't want to find myself where I have to compromise how much I work. I've worked at least to get myself to this position, and then because now I'm forced by circumstances, then I have to just accept to being a boyfriend because of I can take on responsibilities for someone. So these are things that I cannot also compromise. I don't want to find myself to that. I don't want to be desperate for this. I just don't want to. I don't want to, let's not get it twisted, because that is also a matter of fact, actually. And I know many people, when you say, for example, you don't have a girlfriend and stuff, it's not like, for me, as much as it is what it is, I'm talking about a person of quality that I would like to be with, right? It just doesn't materialize for me, and I'm willing that I am going to take the L for that. I'm good at taking L's. Oh, I'm good at that. You know me, buddy, how many L's I've taken. I take L's all the time. I would rather deal with having an L rather than forcing situations that are just not working for me. And worst of all, as I said, they put me in a compromising position as to where I have worked myself and gotten myself into. It just is what it is. I've worked myself off and I've gotten myself into this position, and I'm not willing to compromise that.
Fair enough, dog.
Yeah.
Fair enough indeed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This kind of makes me emo actually when I think about how much I've tried and how much I have given into situations, And I thought about everything, about myself, maybe things that are my mistakes from me, things that I'm doing wrong for myself to find myself in this situation whereby maybe I don't have a girlfriend and whatnot. I thought about so many things, man. I always tolerate so much. It just gets to the point where it's like a line for me, I cannot do with maybes and no assurances. I can't live like that, because this is a type of life that people who don't know, I don't know how to deal with that. People who don't know, So, okay, how are we moving? What are we doing? Okay, this is this, this is this, this is this. Oh, I can't go overseas. Oh, this and this and this. It's not me. It's not in my line. So, anyway, it is what it is in regards to that. I'm glad that you asked me that question, man. Thanks, Akshay, for asking me that. I feel like I am almost like relieving something by answering this question.
No, man. Yeah, I mean, of course, we have to understand all these things about where we're going and what's happening and what's not happening. Because it's true, man. It's not like at the end of the day, life is all about having to work constantly. It is also about finding that balance. But at the same time, if that balance is not happening for you and if you're not ready for it, you shouldn't put yourself in a situation where you're forcing it, because now it disrupts everything that you are planning.
Yeah. Actually, to be fair with you, again, I feel like I'm quite ready for that. Actually, there's one thing that I want so much, but I'm just understanding that the situation and the circumstances that I'm in just don't allow. Like I am in that situation, So I have accepted this as an L for me. That this is an L because also the position that I'm at, this idea of living between countries is tough. It's very hard. You know how it is, dog. It's very tough to live between countries because there is no assurances. You can get to Mundula, they're from another country. They don't have plans to go to York. Like, there's always something to compromise, right? Some relationships, at the end of the day, then they become just like relationships of just like maybe sexual relationships and nothing this is like of substance to grow. There's nothing of substance in the relationship to say, as a result of the circumstance.
No, that's true. Someone's got to always sacrifice.
Someone is always
you even have to come up with an idea, okay, let's both decide to go live in a neutral country. But sometimes that's also difficult. Because
it's difficult,
how do you decide then?
Even if you decide, the problem, buddy, also remember, dog, getting jobs and also getting jobs in the same place is so hard, dog. Because moving together with someone is the idea that you guys are going to get lucrative jobs wherever you go and you're going to get jobs at the same place, It's that too, Meanwhile, by the way, for me, I don't care. Even if my partner was not working, I don't mind if my partner is like not working or something like that, Like, because I'm in the position whereby I can support a family. My wife wouldn't need to work, I'm in that position that I can support a family, bro. Like, without my wife working, like, fine. And we can do fantastic. They can do whatever that they want to do, that's fine with me, honestly. So then, but at the same time, yeah, man.
Funny enough, I think I was having such a conversation with a different friend.
Yeah.
In relating to being with the partner and at what age, because now there's always these conversations about prenups and who's got more money and if your partner and they got less money. Because prenups are a thing now. You have to be in this position of safety, especially in the position where you have built something and then someone, like how you say right now, probably they don't work, they've never worked in your life. This is the statement you always make as well. A person who has never worked in their life and then you have made this whole thing. Because can you imagine now, you work 7 days a week and that person, when something happens between you two, they get half of the things. So are you telling me right now something that you have always been against? You are willing to put yourself in that position?
Circumstance. Okay, one, getting married. This is why I'm glad good question, buddy. Getting married, for me, definitely advise getting a prenup. I feel like when you say prenup, it sounds like but I don't even think it's really like a prenup to say, yo, no to my assets, but to give conditions to which a person can be able to get my assets that we can agree to. Okay, so what do I mean by this is, for an example, I feel like at the same time, if you are breaking up with someone and you already have kids with this person, like you have 3 kids and stuff like that, I would say actually that person should be getting something significant. But getting a prenup, I advise, because it gives you an upper hand in making choices as to what you are willing to give. Because at the same time, I have enough money that I'm not saying then the person should be not getting anything, but I should be in control of what is reasonable. Because not getting a prenup, this is where we have this situation whereby someone is taking even things that are not reasonable. I don't think we need to be in a situation like that, for me, right? So for an example, you're my girlfriend, right? My girlfriend, you can stay at home, you don't have to work, I got this. But then if you want to be someone else's girlfriend, then let them be got this too. I mean, it shouldn't be, or go to work then. Now you go to work, because you want to be your own person too. That's fair too. You go to work. As long as you my person, and I'm going to be like as honest as possible, I'm going to protect you. I will never be found in situations that are compromising for you, whereby you are uncomfortable, and stuff like that. That's where I'm at. Because at the end of the day, let's say I'm cheating on my partner. That's so unfair at the same time then. They deserve them to take things. I mean, I'm saying to you, bro, in a situation, like especially in our age, we are so old, guys. I am committed to a person. That's it. I am committed to you, everything you. But if you find yourself in a situation where you want to leave, because this is another thing, buddy. When women want to leave, they want to leave for their own personal reason. Look at Steph Curry's women now. Now what? Bro, having cheated, doesn't do anything. He's famous, gets all the money for the family, but she still talks like that, right? That's her, for her own, and by the way, not in a way that I'm blaming her or anything, but in a way that for her own personal reasons that you cannot control. Now you want to tell me then now she has to take half of his thing worth because now she's just feeling that I don't feel like it anymore. No, if you don't feel like it anymore, you leave and get another person that is going to make you feel better, whatever, or be by yourself like you want to, or you are saying you want to. Don't live with my stuff. This is for my kids. Do you see what I mean? Right? So if we are breaking up, I am going to support what is reasonable for my kids when they are with you. My kids will own everything for me, from my side. I don't have to give it to you. My kids will always be protected. When they come into you, I will give you everything that is reasonable for my kids. This is what I'm saying. But as far as the person being with me, my man, everything that I have basically is theirs because they can access it anytime they want to. Whether it's my account, money, whatever, joint account we can have, whatever, they will have access to that. That's fine. But don't then that person when they leave because they feel like then that's all I'm saying in that instance.
That's fair. That's actually very fair. It's reasonable as well.
Yeah.
It's an understanding of where are we as partners.
Yeah.
And it's very reasonable.
Yeah. So hence I'm saying then I'm willing to say, because for an example, a woman might say to me, then what if you cheat on me and stuff like that? Then I deserve that, buddy. This is where I'm at. Then I deserve that. Because then how am I saying you must be with me and then I'm cheating on you at the same time? Or you catch me cheating and whatnot. And then I'm still, then that's also fair to say, then this person should be able to get out of the relationship and still be able to get as much benefits as possible and not need to work because they committed themselves to me and I didn't deliver at the end of the day as far as like for an example, like how I treat them, maybe I'm changing, or how I like now I'm cheating on them, whatever the reason may be, like that. That's kind of fair too. Do you see what I mean? It's just fairness to me. Then that's what I'll say.
Now, here's the thing. I think it's probably one of the other podcasters who was talking about this. And I found myself asking a question about the idea of tradition being taken into law. Because it was talking about how if you have Lobola with someone, you are technically married.
Yeah, I've said that though too. Remember I told you that about let alone even writing the letter, you are hooking yourself, Jay. You are in that shit.
But now I started questioning the idea now of how all these small traditions are becoming westernized or legalized.
in a westernized way.
A law. How is that something that we think is fair?
It's a tricky situation because the problem with this is it's a balance that needs to be found. Because the problem with that is, as much as we want to maintain our customs, but the truth is we live within the frameworks of Western societies in terms of ideals of how we run the society now. We live within a constitution. That is never something that was like that. As much as back in the days we had our own rules, but it's not like in a formal form of constitution, basically. Not to the extent of the constitution. You understand? So I can imagine that there were always rules of engagement in society for black people too, back in the days. But then hence we had also form of courts, right, to rule ourselves. Like Dudula would decide things, the Inkosi would decide things, how we give land and whatnot. Those things were decided by them, right? So we did have this kind of structure too. It's just that it's not in a form of constitution, and the judge, it is not formalized in a way of education, you know. Then it becomes tricky too, though, to then try to apply that. So there's always clashes in terms of traditions and customs and this Western way of living and doing things. There's always clashes in regards to that. All the time. We always
because once you Westernize it, doesn't it remove the tradition in it? At least that's a certain idea that you can look at it from. Where now, once you have put the Western ideas and the law into it, it removes the tradition that was put into it. Or as we are saying, the thoughts that they put into those ideas about it.
Yeah, true. You can say that. It does. Compromise is something. Let's just say that, because that's the other big thing is that many people
left behind.
Yeah, many people also, when they play Lobola or they send the uncles for that, they don't know what they are getting themselves into. They have no idea what they are getting themselves into. Usually, when people are getting married, they are happy. Right? They are getting married. They don't want to think about the realities of life and stuff like that. Nobody wants to hear that divorce rates are like at over 50%. Nobody wants to hear that they are getting married. Nobody wants to hear about the amount of divorce, and nobody wants to hear about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so everyone basically just happy to get married.
Hey, dog. Yeah. Another thing, now this is not even relating to Lobolas and things. Mm-hmm. I was talking to my mentor in regards to having been introduced to being physical and actively physical when I was younger, and how it has contributed to how my body is right now. Just thanking him, like, yo, bruh, thank you for having to introduce me to this thing. It helped me take care of my body. And now I can see the difference between me and other people who are my age, where I am at. I see people who are younger than me, but they look like they are older than me. I mean, so then what's the type of idea or if philosophy that we think people need to be ingrained with to keep themselves actively fit, so when they grow old, they don't look like they're about to die?
Yeah, there's so many questions around that, because now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like for the most part, what is synonymous to that is how we socialize as adults. Smoking, alcohol, that's the lifestyle of adults. And that's usually the lifestyle I feel like that's one of the biggest things that compromises that, I may say, because you've seen some people, like people developing poser faces and stuff like that, especially when we're talking about being old, and obviously overall just not being active contributes to that too. But I feel like the chemicals part are like a big thing to that, especially around alcohol I feel like people, I don't know what is it about alcohol that people make it their lives, literally. I mean, weekend is weekend and end of the month is end of the month, especially in our culture.
So in a way, like it's also the matter of finance. Finance contributes to how you are living, physically or healthy wise. Because either you have enough money that you buy alcohol too much,
or you buy
do all the
anything you
negative
want.
things.
Yeah.
Or you are poor that you can't afford to live healthy the way you want to live. So it's a hit and miss for both.
Yeah, there's so many things that we can contribute to that. Because also now that you're saying that someone who does what I do too, which is can compromise to their health when you end up not having enough time to exercise as you would like to, when you work, and especially because our works too, like you are sitting down rather than being active, Sometimes I think of boy. Sometimes I'm like, actually, that's not a bad job, eh? When it comes to in terms of exactly, it's like, bro. Honestly, when I think about it, I remember talking some time ago, talking to a girl that I used to date, and I was like, actually, I kind of envy your job. Like I fucking envy your job, like, bro, like you are actually going to the field. You are telling me she's in the hardware. You are actually doing something with your body rather than having these kind of office jobs like that we do, where you sit for hours of the day. Amen.
Yes, dog. Yeah, it's very tricky.
Yeah, man. And when you think about like the circumstances of the country right now, where SA is, what do you think is the future? Like, when are we saying we are going back home? When are you saying going back home?
I saw Mlu posting a picture. I mean, it was a fake picture, and I laughed because of the idea that it brought. It was picturing a futuristic Joburg, Cape Town, PMB, Durban, and stuff like that, and how it would or will look like. I think it was 2035, and I laughed because I saw how beautiful the picture is, and I was like, damn, if only that could be. But I was like, nah, bruh, me and you both know this will never happen because of the so many dynamics that are happening in our country, where you have other people who are foreigners in the country, and there's no correlation. There's no sense of working together to make the country to be as best as possible. Everybody is coming in with their different ideas, and then it just clashes and it doesn't work towards anything. Nobody's thinking about making the lands more green or building skyscrapers anymore. It's just you get in there, you see a building that used to be looking beautiful and amazing, and it looks like shit. And you're like, shit, is this where we're going? Are we going to go to a place where everything looks like it has been abandoned for years? And it's scary because it means now you can't go home to a place like that. Because it means when you're going home, if your home is the one that's nice, that's where you're going to stay. Because why go to somewhere else when it looks like shit?
I saw like now, like news segments on social media and stuff like that. There's so many, not even political parties, but there's so many like protest organization, if one may say, who are standing up for South Africans in the situation that we are facing now. Like I saw what they call the mash, or thing, something like that. That's what is in Durban right now, and they are chasing people away from like foreigners, especially illegal foreigners. Yeah, because from in buildings, because now can you imagine in South Africa there are buildings where South Africans can't even go. There are street spots whereby South Africans can't now because as a result. And I had Beggy talking about Beg is saying that Dudula and Mash way of dealing with this situation is not gonna help. Okay, I think it's true in a sense that I don't think Africans and chasing Africans away will actually end up like will ever resolve anything because we don't have borders really. But the only problem that I had with him in answering the question is not giving a solution. To say what they are doing, the Dudulas fighting for South Africans is bad and what's not. Okay, fine. But then what? What is it that they should be doing? What is the solution to the problem? If we are saying what they are doing, chasing away foreigners is wrong, okay, I agree. Fine, it's wrong to chase away foreigners and all the things that they are doing. But what is it that we are saying they're supposed to be doing as people on the ground who don't have money to afford? Because, buddy, let's be honest, me and you, we spoke about this. All the time when we are in South Africa, we are levitating about poverty. Whether there's electricity, there's no electricity, we have all the money to get away from those things. It doesn't matter to you. It doesn't affect you. As I said, I spoke to a friend of mine the other day telling me about how expensive groceries are. I don't even know how much it is, dog. Honestly with you. I don't know how much is bread because that's not my life. I don't know. I have no idea how expensive groceries are. You know, we spoke about this when I was saying if my bank was to steal like 5,000, if it doesn't appear on my transcript, I wouldn't know that they took it. Do you see? So that's how far we are from reality. So it's hard for me then to judge an organization like a Mash or a Dudula, because these are people in the streets who are feeling it, who know that their jobs are taken, who are actually compromised. These are people who need to go to these public clinics and public hospitals. You don't have to. You have all the money for a private doctor. You can afford a doctor to come to your house. This is not our reality, dog. You see, it's not. You know, so when people like Mbeki answering from point of privilege like that, I agree with him, but at the same time, I just feel like, but you are not offering any solution for the people as to this is what they should be doing. Because at the end of the day, the guys on the road blocking the road and people are selling literally next to signs that say that we are not allowed to sell there. They stand next to that sign and sell. You know, they are in buildings that are not supposed to have people, like hijacked buildings from government, stolen things. It's just criminality everywhere. You know, I'm just not sure. Like when we think about the future and when I'm thinking about when I'm coming home, because this is a question I've been asked a couple of times actually. I don't really have a good answer to when I'm coming back to South Africa, like to live in SA. I don't know, honestly. What do you have to say to that?
But then, it's tricky, man, because when you say to come back and live, it becomes a very difficult question. When you come back to live, are you coming back saying you are going to work there, or you're now coming back because you fulfilled, you have the right finance, everything is balanced, and you're coming to just live there? I play football here with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's white, but he left South Africa 17 years ago. He used to live in Cape Town.
Yo.
He's like, oh man, I left 17 years ago. I'm like, bro, you practically not even in South Africa anymore. That's
17 years ago. Yo, that's a long time.
I'm like, will you ever consider of going back? Like, now, man, why? Like, I feel like my life is stable right now here. It's not exciting as being in SA, but I feel like it's more stable. That's the wording he says. It's more stable. So now, yes, SA is amazing culturally. We both have agreed that to a million times.
Yeah.
Like the culture there, people, they make you feel like you are at home. It's beautiful. But the problem is the state that it's in economically and financially, it puts a lot of weight on you, and then you can't put yourself in that situation. Especially if you can go to a different country outside and be able to live a nice, balanced life. You can't go back to put yourself in that position.
It's very tough, isn't it? It's so tough. It's very hard to decide these things, to say what is the right for what. I don't know. But at the end of the day, though, the country
it's a paid relationship, bro. It is.
Because another thing, buddy, you must... Sorry, man. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm listening, bro.
No, man, I was talking about Uguti. Someone even in their 40s says if they go to SA, they will stay there for 6 months and find another country where they can go and teach. Like, damn, that's a bitch. You are escaping, sitting there and doing nothing at home.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that the idea? Although, to be honest with you, I don't really know how much money is gonna be enough. I don't know. I mean, I guess we're gonna, like, I don't know how many millions are you supposed to make.
If we say that, how can we? Let's look at people we know. Now Susan. Susan has gone back to SA and it's what job.
Bro, she bought a house for like 4.5 million, bro. Bro. She bought a fucking house next to the beach for 4.5 million, dog. Fuck. Of course, dog. And can you imagine? Listen here, buddy. Listen here, bro. Listen what this lady says. She buys a house for 4.5 million, and she says to me, "Oh, it was a bargain." I'm like, what the fuck? Nigga, you just paid cash 4.5 million. I'm London. Trust me, it was a bargain. It was a bargain. Like, in normal circumstances, we are looking at 7-8 million for this house. Bro, please, dog. Don't leave it. You know, if you only need 4.5 million only for the house, nigga, you're about to live overseas for the rest of your life, bro. 4.5, dog. But to be honest with you, though, that's the type of comfort, though, I want to get to. Because I want to live in a $4.5 million, $5 million house, dog. Why not? That's the type of life I want to live to. Actually, that's quite reasonable. You know what she has. You know, hey, but the location is dope. Hey. Don't even mention that lady, dog. Yeah, bro, it's crazy, dog. Maybe though that's gonna be the point then, buddy, to get ourselves into the space where we have so much that's, you know, you can afford a house like that and you can live your best life in the best conditions. Then I guess that's gonna be.
If you had that, you would be willing to go back.
Oh, come on, buddy. Someone who buys a house for 4.5 million, how many other millions they have? 10, nigga. Of course. If I had a house for 4.5 million or 5 million and I have 10 million in my bank, why not go back home? I'd go back home. Why not? Like, you know, these people have been working forever.
Of course, the one thing that we're not mentioning is it's the age that this person is in.
Yeah, but nah. I'm not. But remember, but these people also get to our position later in their lives. You're talking about people who served careers in SA and left because they were running out of money to come to start these careers that were short-lived here. It's just that they are working in partnership, in relationships, and then they are able to achieve more than us. But as far as individualistically, my man, I started early. Think about it, dog. I was driving Mercedes-Benz at age 28. Cash. You see, I started early, bro. Like, our age, so it too, was early. We started making so much money in our 20s. In my 20s, I had made over $1 million in my 20s. I got here, like, remember, bro, this is literally my first year in my 30s. Do you see? Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, so with that being said, then I have made so much money. I've done so many things that they could have done in my 20s. Do you see? So I feel like I'm in the right path in that sense. You know, maybe my 40s. Because at the end of the day, remember I said this too. I don't have plans to work my 40s too. I don't have plans to work my 40s. You see?
You would like to have retired at that time.
Yeah, right? I would like to have gotten to the point whereby I have these things, like the things that we are talking about. And if I make my calculations right and everything serves me well as I plan, that should happen. 40s, I still have like almost a decade before that. You see? So, anyway, man. Buddy, let's close it here, Doc. We are over in hours. Boo is gonna kill me.
short days though.
Showcase, yeah. Now United, yeah, manje ngo 8:30. We need to get serious about life. Hey,
yeah, no, man. That's the thing. You can cut the thing off, man. You got the to raise another different topic with you. But you can cut the thing off because we can just talk about it.
No, let me cut it off now and then we try to roll it again and talk about it.
It's an age thing. Sometimes age can be tricky. I have a colleague who's got a child that's like 18, 20, which means they had a child when they were in their 20s or something like that. And it's an interesting thing to now wonder, because here's you and me, we don't have kids. Especially me, you still like go 30, it's if I say to myself, I'm gonna have a child at 40, that means by the time the child is like 20, I'll be in my 60s.
Yeah.
Cool, basically. Like now you live in that life when it's a parents-teacher meeting.
But no, I'm not saying to parent-teacher meeting. Is that life maybe also no 50 bar? I'm not gonna lie, I know that life. Because I used to be shocked. I never forget it. Bro, in grade 1, Saskia grade 1, dog. Hey, bro, I remember this in grade 1. Whereby talking a parent-teacher meeting, it's how. Nitsuban, atu mama. Because to me, those people were the same age as my grandmother at home. I couldn't believe that my friends' moms were so old. I know exactly what you mean, man. And to be fair, in my 30s now, and I don't have a child, I wish I had a child, man. But it is what it is, dog. We can't have it all, can we?
No, you can't, bro.
Yeah, we can't have it all. But other people can, isn't it? Other people have everything, but I mean, bro, I guess it is what it is, bro. It goes back to that thing that I was saying. I understood that if I don't accept this now and I'm willing to move differently in a sense that, yo, man, I don't have to put pressure on myself to achieve this thing. Let me just live my life. Things, if they happen, and kudos to me. But if they don't, they don't. I was going to have a problem.
Another thing, I was made to realize how much exactly I was a late bloomer, because this now it connects with a conversation that we had in the past. So this week, actually it was yesterday, one of my students, I was a late bloomer, but one of my students, I think she's like 11, 10. She comes to me during break. Let's see, she said, I was shocked. Can you help me with something? I'm like, oh, sure, I think it's a child, she probably wants something, help with maths or some shit like that. Auntie, I have a crush on this boy. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm called. Mind you, the thing is, they're both in my dance class. Auntie, I have a crush on this boy, and I want to be able to talk to him. I found out he also has like a crush on me, but I'm afraid to talk to him, and he's also afraid to talk to me. I mean, like, okay, so how can I help you? Auntie, can you find a way in class for us to work together?
But wait, dog, wait. When you were 11, you didn't have a crush? Like, you didn't have a crush?
No, hey man, my life, I probably did. But not to the ideal.
To the point that you can report to ask for help. You were not in a space where you were confident to even talk about it.
Yeah, I was not conscious about it. I wasn't even conscious about the idea of what it is. And I was like, I found that person cute, or I found that person, they're beautiful, and then I'll just let it pass by and just continue living with, focusing on studies and stuff like that. But you must remember, my life is what your life is right now. Monday to Sunday, I was working.
I know.
I was out there in town selling fruits and vegetables. Sundays, same thing. When I come back, I have to take care of my siblings. So it was that lifestyle. So I technically did not have the time. But that's not an excuse. Because still, late blooming was still for me. Like, my crushes and actually making intent about them, it was really late in life. So imagine me now, I'm stuck in the situation of how can I help this child in class? Imagine in class, she keeps throwing clues. Bro, things.
Why didn't you just make them work together, put them in the same group or something?
The problem is, everybody else, they don't want to work with boy, girl. They want to work with girl, girl, boy, boy. So that's the dynamic, because the kids work with other boys. Imagine now how is it going to happen where I'm putting these two together? But it turns out everybody in the class knows about this thing. So when I'm putting groups on, even the class helps me. I know, Mr. JC, I'll partner up with this person. I don't mind.
So that person will keep up with that person. That's crazy. That's crazy. Basically, you were the missing piece in the plans.
Yeah, I was the missing piece to try and make it happen. And then they had so much fun. They worked together. But it was interesting to have an understanding with how other people outside myself.
Yeah, you were the master lead promo, man. Yeah, you were the master lead promo, dog. Tina, dog. Tina, we probably sexual at 12. Tina, I think around 12, 13, I had my first kiss by then. Tina, sonagala, dog. Yini mfethu ama-master mfethu enaqala ukiss evarsity. Ayakhona ama-legend ngaphandle, ayini ama-master mfethu, ayithina sahluleka. Sahluleka ukuyiphatha kahle.
It's generational, man. It's generational. I'm sure even now, Gen Z probably got a different story in how they approach these things.
I guess you can say that, man. I guess you can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Yeah, let's close this talk. I've pushed this movie enough of its showcase talk.
Sure, man.
Sure.